Thank you for selecting to watch the video as we go through step 2 of the housing selection process, which is room selection. Important things to remember as you do room selection. You will only be able to view rooms based on the total number of roommates matched and what has not already been selected in the housing process. For example, if you have 2 roommates that are matched, you will only be able to see the doubles that are available. 3 roommates will only be able to see triples, and 4 roommates can only see the 4-person apartments that are available. This goes on through 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 roommates as well. Also, an important tip is that only one person needs to select housing for the group. So you would want to select the person with the best or earliest lottery time to select for that group in order to secure the best housing that is available. The first scenario that we're going to walk through is that you will only be selecting to live with one other person in a double room. For this scenario, previously paired roommates Sharon Fissel and Sue Plank are going to begin the room selection process. For this process, Sharon Fissel has the earliest time, so she will be making the selection for the group. Similar to our other processes, in order to find CNAV My Housing, you must first log into CNAV, locate My Housing on the drop-down, and select it. Before making your room selection, it's important to go log on to the My Housing page and recognize when your start time is and what your priority number is. Because the start time has already happened, it is your turn to make your housing selection. Also, it's important to look at the roommates that you have matched. Again, fall 2018, submit, and you can see that the group is fully matched with Sue Plank. So you will be able to find any room available on campus that is a double. In order to make your room selection, you click Housing Selection, select a room or suite. Here on this screen, you can see that you are now eligible to select a room. It is important to note that the times are specific for every minute available during the selection process. So make sure that you log in at exactly the time that you need to make your room selection. Here you can see that the roommate group shows 2, you and Sue Plank, meaning that the available rooms that you'll be able to find are ones for 2 people. You would select then Find Available Rooms. This produces the list of available doubles that are on campus at the time. For this case, the student wants to select 223 Carlisle. They can see that it's a regular 2-bed rate, the rate that it costs, and the spots that are available. They select the room. Here you can now place which bed Sharon and which bed Sue will go into. Once you place the appropriate numbers, you agree, submit the room selection, and wait for your confirmation. Congratulations, your room selection process is complete. You've successfully identified a room at 223 Carlisle that you and your roommate will live in next year. Now I will begin to talk about the second scenario that's possible for selecting an apartment. What we have in this scenario is that the students are selecting to live in a 4-person apartment, which requires one of the students to make this selection. In this scenario, these are the 4 roommate pairs. The person with the best time is Sharon Fissel, so she will log into CNAV at the time of housing selection and then make the apartment choice for her group. Again, it's important to remember that only one person from the group needs to make this selection. Similar to the rest of the process, the student will first need to log into CNAV, select My Housing, and they show this screen. On this screen, it shows them their start time and their priority number. Because it is the exact time of the start time, the student may make the selection for their apartment. What they will do first is do housing selection, select a room or suite. Here we can see that the roommate group consists of 4 people, which is Sharon Fissel, named you, Michelle Klunk, Sue Plank, and Allison Schofield. Because it's a roommate group of 4, you will only have the opportunity to view rooms with 4 people. You then can select Find Available Rooms on campus. Here we see the available rooms based on building and the apartments. As the selection goes through, you also have the option to view the floor roster to see who else is selected. This group has decided that they would like to live in Apple Hall 202. While our apartments are labeled 202A and 202B, as you can see in a moment, It is possible to select just all of apartment 202 because you have the available 4 spots that are available. Do not allow for the A and B to confuse you at this time. So what you can do now that you have selected Apple Hall 202, you can select suite. Here you see that's identified on the left-hand side 202A and 202B. Also bed 1 and bed 2 for each of those available rooms in each side of each apartment. At this point, you may decide to change who lives with who. We knew that Sharon wanted to live with Sue Plank and that Michelle wanted to live with Allison Schofield. This is the time to make that selection and change. Once you feel that you have everybody in the bed and the appropriate room that you would like, you should agree and submit the room selection. After a moment, you see, congratulations, your room selection process is complete. You no longer have any more steps to do with the housing selection process. Your room is successfully identified for next fall. The same process that you viewed is also true if you're looking to live in triples, 4-person apartments, 5, 6, 7, and 8-person apartments. You would go through the same process, remembering that only one person needs to select for your group and that you should choose the earliest time to do so. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 717-337-6901 or email us at residencelife@gettysburg.edu. Thank you again for watching.